So dear students, we have seen the details about data visualization. Now we will see the conventional data visualization methods. Actually, many conventional data visualization methods are often used. Generally, they are table, histogram, scatter plot, line chart, bar chart, pie chart, area chart, flow chart, bubble chart, multiple data series, combination of charts, timeline, Venn diagrams, data flow diagrams, and entity relationship diagram. All that comes under the conventional data visualization methods. In addition to this, some data visualization methods have been used, although we can say that they are less known as compared to the above methods, and that additional methods are parallel coordinates, tree map, cone tree, semantic network, etc. So when we are talking about these methods, so in that the parallel coordinates are used to plot the individual data elements across many dimensions. We can say that parallel coordinates are useful when to display the multi-dimensional data, and the tree map is a method that is very effective for visualizing the hierarchies. So the size of each subrectangle represents one particular measure. Tree map is, we can say, the collection of various choices we are trying to visualize. The cone tree, it is another method which is used for displaying the hierarchical data such as organizational body in multidimensional way. The semantic network, it is a graphical representation of logical relationship between different concepts. Generally, it generates the directed graph, combination of nodes or vertices, edges or arcs, and label over each edge. So these are the conventional data visualization methods. Now visual perception and data visualization. So we can say that a human can distinguish the differences in line length, shape, orientation, and color without significant processing effort. So as without significant processing effort we can distinguish between the differences, that's why they are called as the pre-attentive attributes. Means, for example, it may require the significant time and effort, so we can say that it is attentive processing to identify the number of times the digit particular is appearing, then that is called as the series of numbers. So there are various patterns, like we are having the bar chart, so in that high, low, and in between, then grouping up, going down, remaining flat, steep and gradual, steady and fluctuating, random and repeating, then straight and curved, either it is straight or it is curved, intersecting, otherwise it is non-intersecting, symmetrical as well as skewed, then wide and narrow, clusters and gaps. So visualizations are not only static, but they can be interactive by using such patterns. So we can zoom in, zoom out also. So when we are going for the interactive visualization, in that we are selecting some part, and then we are doing the linking. We are relating the information from multiple views. Then we are doing the filtering, which is helping the users to adjust the amount of information for display. And if the spatial layout is most important, so the rearrangement is also done. So this is how the interactive visualization can be done by the various patterns. Now related to that, the mapping of data visualization is there. So for all data to be mapped to a visualization, these are the basic options of display, like position, then length, angle and slope, area, volume, difference, the color hue, color saturation, contrast, and texture. So these are the basic options of display by using which we can map the data to the visualization. So this is all about the conventional data visualization methods and things related to that. Now in the next section we will see the retinal variables and the 7 variables that are used for visualization. Thank you.